What's going on, guys? It's Modern, and today we're going to be doing the second episode of Road to the Top for the VGC Battle Spot ladder. Currently, we're at almost 1600 rating, which is not the best, but the ladder did just reset. So I think the highest rating on there right now is like 1800. So if we go on a good winning streak, we could actually potentially reach 1700 in about a week. Or if I go in, I guess, grind on there, I could get up there probably a couple of days if I really felt like it. But yeah, we're going to be using the same team right here, Swampert Rain. Nothing's really changed from the previous episode, so we're just going to go and begin. Alright, so we're 1588, so if we win one match, we should be up to 1600, which is fine. First opponent's going to be Kevin from California, rating of 1499. He's going to have Mega Venusaur. Or actually, is that even going to be Mega Venusaur? He has the Venusaur, Dragonite, Weavile, Alakazam, Milotic, and Clefable. So, a little bit of a tough matchup for my team, given that I don't really have much that can take on the Venusaur. Cresselia does a pretty good job this match. I just have to make sure that I play around that Weavile well. I think Arcanine's definitely going to be a good lead right here, especially if he does lead that Weavile. And I'll probably just lead it alongside Thundurus, I guess. Because I want a lead that's able to take on the Venusaur and start chipping away at it. I think Cresselia is going to be really good in this match. The question is if I even bring Swampert here, because, to be honest, I think Aegislash will be a lot better. I just need to be able to play around as Milotic, so will he lead that? Because I do think he'll lead the Weavile in this match. I think he sort of has to lead Swampert right here, or Swampert. I think he sort of has to lead something like Weavile Venusaur, just because he needs a way to really threaten out, I guess, Thundurus. He could also have Alakazam, but I don't think that would be too good for him. And in the last slot, I'll probably just bring Aegislash. I'm not going to bring Swampert to this match. Well, yeah, I'm not going to bring it right here just purely because the only Pokemon it's really going to be... Well, I mean, it hits pretty much everything except the Venusaur and the Milotic hard, but I think those are two Pokemon that they're most likely going to be bringing anyway. So I'll just lead with these. Thundurus, Arcanine, Cresselia, and Aegislash. Hopefully he doesn't lead Milotic. I don't see a reason for him to, unless he's that type of person that just leads it every single time if he sees an Intimidator. But I should be able to handle it. Let's see. Alakazam and Clefable. So I think this is going to be in my favor right here. I can just go for Snarls to drop the Alakazam special attack. He'll probably target down the Thundurus right here. If he did bring them all, or he might target down Arcanine, I'm not really sure. But I'll just go for a Snarl, and I might just switch out into Aegislash. Because Thundurus isn't really doing much in this situation. My opponent's probably just going to go for a Follow Me and a Psychic or something right here. He actually goes for a Protect, so maybe he's going for a Minimize turn 1. Going for the cheesy play. Snarl's going to go off on this Clefable. Not going to do much damage, but it's damage. It counts. And they do go for the Minimize, so that's completely fine with me. I'm just going to go for a Snarl and a Flash Cannon into Clefable, since I'm really not too worried about Alakazam right here, because Snarl is going to drop its special attack. And you know what? They might actually swap into the Milotic, so I might actually want to play around that. Yeah, I don't think Snarl will be a good choice for the second turn, because they're probably going to switch into the Milotic. So I guess what I can do is I can just go for a Will-O-Wisp into the Alakazam slot, and then also go for a... See, I could go for a Shadow Ball here. But should I just focus on targeting down Clefable? Because I know he's probably going to switch out this turn anyway. Yeah, I'll just Will-O-Wisp that slot and then just Flash Cannon Clefable. I'm really not scared of Alakazam. But he actually stays in. Probably going to do about 50% right here. Alright, a little more than 50%, which is completely fine. And I'm assuming he's just going for another minimize, so... I guess they're just going to risk... Oh, and Clefable avoids, and they get the minimize, so that's really bad. I'm going to switch out into Cresselia right here and just go for a Shadow Ball, I guess. No, actually, yeah, I'm going to go for that play. Because I need to conserve Cresselia right here, and I don't think my opponent's going to target down Aegislash. I think they'll just go for the attack right here, and then it'll follow me, which is fine. But there's really nothing I can do in this situation. They do just go for the Psychic on a Cresselia. Going to do a little chunk right here. Not too much. And the Shadow Ball goes off on the Alakazam, so they're not going for a follow me. Probably just going for another minimize, I guess. Oh, it's minimize and Calm Mind. Okay. I should be able to beat this one-on-one if I can get a Toxic off on it. Well, I mean, he's probably not... He's probably the type of Clefable that... What is it? Magic Guard that ignores the... what is it? That ignores the status moves. So I guess for this turn, I'll just double into the Venusaur. Because I'm assuming his Clefable from the set he has probably does not have Protect or Follow Me. But no, it has Follow Me. Okay, that's completely fine. Let's see, does he just set up the Leech Seed right here? Well, that does a nice chunk even after the Calm Mind. Yeah, he just goes for a Leech Seed, probably on a Cresselia. So I guess what I can do here is I can just go for another Flash Cannon. Yeah, I'll just go for another Flash Cannon and then switch out the Cresselia into the Arcanine. Because I can just Morning Sun, Will-O-Wisp, and Snarl this Venusaur to death, really. It can't outstall Arcanine. Unless it gets a poison with the Sludge Bomb, but that doesn't happen very often. And he goes for the Sleep Powder onto Aegislash, so... He's Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, I'm assuming Giga Drain, and Sludge Bomb. And he goes for another Calm Mind. Okay. I'm completely fine with that right here. It's just going to be a really slow match. This is one of the more irritating parts of Battle Spot. In a normal match, you could just stall out this team right here. You could honestly just KO one of their Pokemon and then pretty much win out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to Morning Sun and just Flash Cannon the Clefable again. Yeah, because he's just going to go for a Follow Me. Snarl isn't really too good right here because he's probably just going to Leech Seed. And the Morning Sun makes sure that if he does go for a Sludge Bomb, that I don't get knocked out. Okay, and he does go for a Sludge Bomb. Hopefully no poison here. And then I can just keep going for Flash Cannon at this rate. I'm probably just going to go another Morning Sun, Flash Cannon at a Clefable. Because at any rate, it's just going to keep going for Follow Me. And since I don't have Taunt on anything, I can't really deal with that. So I just need to stall out the stall. And eventually, Aegislash will wake up and hit. Getting a 3-turn sleep, I think, so far. And he just keeps going for Sludge Bomb. Alright, and I think this turn I'm just going to go for a Flamethrower. Actually, Will-O-Wisp would be a lot better here, wouldn't it? Since after the Calm Mind, like, if Will-O-Wisp hits, that's really good for me. Oh, and he doesn't go for a Follow Me right here, so... Let's see if Flash Cannon connects. Nope, misses. Goes for another Sludge Bomb. And... He goes for a Moonblast, so I guess he's doubling up into... No, he attacks Aegislash. Does like 50%, but that's fine with me. And Venusaur is just going to slowly go down right here. Alright, Morning Sun and a Flash Cannon. Alright, I'm going to speed up the video from right here because there's really... This is just a dumb situation right here. My opponent's got everything set up with evasion, so it's really just going to come down to... Oh, and I got a crit. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to speed up the video. I got pretty lucky right there. But that's one of the negative parts of going for setup like that with evasion and Calm Minds. Just because if you get critical hit by something super effective, then you can still go down. And Arcanine survives with 1 HP right here, so that's pretty good for me. Let's see what he has in the back. Probably the Milotic? No, the Dragonite. Okay. Alright, so Dragonites are, from what I know, are usually physical and with weakness policy. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp the Dragonite. Arcanine really... Like, I guess I could heal up, but I think Sludge Bomb will KO me. So I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp and a King Shield. Or should I even King Shield? I think Shadow Ball would be better just to go for direct damage. Yeah, because if he... I mean, he could Sleep Powder. I don't think he will. I think he'll just go for a Sludge Bomb expecting me to heal up. Because that's what they've done so far this match. So the King Shield goes off. I should outspeed the Dragonite right here. No, he goes for an extreme speed onto the Arcanine. And I'm assuming he'll just go for a Sleep Powder, but at this point the game's pretty much wrapped up. Yeah, and he just goes for a Sleep Powder. I do avoid. One of the reasons you don't use Sleep Powder is because of that. 75% accuracy is not very good. And then Cresselia should be able to just clear up this match at this point. Yeah, I'll just double up onto the Venusaur this turn, I guess. I'm not going for the Icy Wind because if he does have weakness policy on Dragonite, that could actually give him a option to... Or give him a way to win. Just because he will have the 2 times attack, but he goes for Fly. So, not exactly the most competitive move right there. And obviously, probably not the most competitive team, I guess, really. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just... Does it even matter what I do at this point? Yeah, I'm just going to Psychic and Shadow Ball. I believe Cresselia outsped. Yeah, and I'll just break the multi-scale right here with the Shadow Ball. Actually, you know what? I probably should have Helping Handed right here. I forgot that he would probably be targeting Cresselia down. Shadow Ball will still do a nice chunk of damage. And then I can just Icy Wind for the knockout at this point. So yeah, first game right here. My opponent just with a really stally team and a couple of setup Pokemon like the Venusaur can just go and set up Sleep Powders, go and set up Leech Seeds, and stall out teams, along with Clefable's Minimize and Calm Mind right there. And they do just, well, okay, they disconnect, shutting off their DS instead of forfeiting. That's what you usually get in low ladder, though. People do that a lot. Alright, we're about to start up the second match right here. Yeah, that was a really interesting first match. Some really dumb setup strategies. I mean, they make sense, but they don't work in VGC. Second opponent's going to be Wolf from the UK with a 1563 rating. They're going to have Lopunny, Sylveon, Landorus, Aegislash, Rotom-Wash, and Cresselia. So it looks like Aegislash is going to have a lot of fun in this match right here. Just because it's good against his Aegislash, good against Cresselia, good against Sylveon, and he really doesn't have any... Well, Okay, Lopunny can hit Aegislash, but if I predict a King Shield, right, then Lopunny's pretty much done for. And I think Virizion might be good for the Lopunny half of the team right here, just because I'll be able to go and KO things like Rotom and the Lopunny. I'm going to lead I don't know, should I lead Virizion right here? I think Aegislash I'm definitely leading with. I might just lead with Thundurus right here, just because I can go for Thunder Waves. Virizion's really good right here as well. Question is, what do I bring for my last slot? Because Aegislash and Thundurus right here, with a mix of Thunder Waves and the offensive pressure from Aegislash, really makes it hard for his team to operate. Because if he fakes out Thundurus, then I can just go for free damage with my Aegislash. And if I can outspeed his Aegislash, then I can actually KO it with a Shadow Ball. Arcanine doesn't really do anything here. It Will-O-Wisps the Landorus. Rotom's not really an issue, even if I bring Arcanine right here. And it actually helps out against Aegislash. I think I'll go with Arcanine. Because I don't think Swampert's really necessary for this match. Just because, like, it doesn't really do too much to Cresselia without the Rain Dance up. Hola. Thank you. Alright, and he leads Cresselia and Rotom against my Thundurus and Aegislash. Really good lead for me right here. Looks like Rotom is in a pretty bad spot. And honestly, I'm not too worried about Cresselia right here. I think I can just double up into the Rotom slot with a Thunderbolt and a Shadow Ball. Let's see, he goes for a Hydro Pump onto Aegislash, I assume. Okay, gonna do a decent chunk right here. And he also goes for an Ice Beam into Thundurus, so he's just going for the full offense this turn. Obviously not carrying Trick Room or anything. Shadow Ball might be able to pick up a knockout onto Rotom, which could be really good for me, starting out the game with a first turn knockout. Okay, and it picks it up, so I think it was a roll right there, but went in my favor, so that turned out pretty well. Yeah, and he just brings in Lopunny. So yeah, I don't think there's very much my opponent can do in this situation. I could probably just protect Aegislash to be safe, but I honestly don't think it's necessary to go for that. Because he probably has to fake out Thundurus right here. I'll just go for the King Shield, and then I'll Thunder Wave Lopunny. He'll most likely fake out the Thundurus, but if he does happen to attack Aegislash, then it puts me in a really good position. Because what I could do is just swap in Arcanine and then go for a Shadow Ball onto his Cresselia. Okay, and they do just go for the fake out. It will proc my Citrus, though. Let's see how much Ice Beam does right here, because I didn't see how much it did in the first place. Actually going for the Psychic into that slot, so going to do about 50% right there. Or 50, I guess 25% in that case. Alright, and they're probably just going to target down Aegislash this turn. But like I said, really doesn't matter at this point. I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball into Cresselia, and then switch into the Arcanine. Because like I said, I'm not too afraid of Lopunny. And if he is carrying something other than High Jump Kick right here, then it actually won't KO my Aegislash, and it'll just proc the Weakness Policy. Oh, and he goes for an Ice Punch! So maybe predicting the switch out right here. Okay, and he doubles into that slot, so that means I'm just going to get a lot of free damage. Maybe they thought I was going to switch into Cresselia? Oh, but they get the freeze with the Ice Beam. I'm going to get free damage right here onto the Cresselia, but that freeze does actually matter a lot. Okay, and I'm just going to double attack, I'm going to Shadow Ball again into this Cresselia. And I guess I can just go for a Will-O-Wisp onto Lopunny. Let's see if they predict this right here. Arcanine is frozen. Oh, and it outspeeds his Lopunny. And he goes for the high jump kick into Arcanine. Okay. Oh, but he has the Moonlight on Cresselia. So I outspeed his Lopunny. That means if... Alright, let's see if I can get a critical hit right here. That means that if Arcanine can not wake up, if it can get through this... Ooh, special defense drop is really important here too. I'm just going to King Shield right here, and then go for another Will-O-Wisp. I mean, I could swap into Thundurus too. Just to cycle out the Intimidate. Yeah, I'm going to go for that play. Because he'll probably KO the Thundurus in this turn. He might actually swap out Cresselia too. I think he has to target down the Aegislash this turn, because if I Shadow Ball again, his Cresselia will definitely go down. And he'll also do 50% with high jump kick. But no, he goes for a return. Just going for a safe play. And the Moonlight. Okay. And let's see if... Because I'm going to swap in Arcanine again. Let's see if he'd be able to KO me. With high jump kick. Okay, and it only goes up, so I should be able to survive a high jump kick right here. And if he misses too, that'd be really great. So I think what I need to do this turn, I'm definitely going to Shadow Ball the Cresselia. And I think I need to Morning Sun up with Arcanine right here. And Arcanine's still frozen, so that's really bad for me. Goes for the high jump kick into Aegislash, but like I said, I should be able to survive. Okay. And if Cresselia doubles into me right here, then Aegislash will probably go down, which would be very bad. Nope, but they target down Arcanine. And I survive. That's really great. Yeah, and that'll definitely KO after the weakness policy right here. So this definitely shifted into my favor in the end, because I was able to survive that. He does have Landorus in the back, though, which is very bad for me. I'm going to go for a Wide Guard and a Moonlight. I think that's really my only way of winning at this rate. Because they'll probably just go for a Rock Slide and I assume a return. And Arcanine's still frozen. That's really bad. Let's see. Goes for the return. So that hacks right there really, really shifted the course of the game. I do have Virizion in the back, though. And I think what I'm going to do right here, I'm just going to Wide Guard. And then close combat the Lopunny. Because it did look like I outsped him. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Lopunny can't KO Virizion right here, but it's still going to be doing a lot of damage. Arcanine outsped the Lopunny, so I don't need to worry about being outsped. The question is what Landorus goes for right here. I mean, I guess what I can do right here, I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball onto Landorus. and then close combat onto Lopunny. Okay, and I do outspeed. Most likely going to KO unless they're like some weird max invested. Obviously, that's not a thing, though. Lopunny does faint right here. Let's see what he goes for with the Landorus. Probably just another Rock Slide, I assume. No, actually he goes for the Superpower into Virizion. Let's see if this can KO. And it does. Okay, so if I can survive, or not survive, if I can get the KO right here, then I win. Nope, not gonna happen. Oh, that's really tough. The Arcanine getting frozen right there really made it hard for me to win. I probably should have just doubled into the Landorus now that I think about it. But, yeah, there's nothing I really could have done. And I can't stall out the Earthquake. So this match is over. I'll just go for the Wide Guard, see if they'll play badly in the end right here. But the Lopunny was most likely targeting Aegislash. So yeah, I needed to take it out. And he just goes for a knockoff. Okay, so yeah, I definitely think that match, if I didn't get frozen, I probably would have won. The double Intimidate and then the survival with Aegislash was really big. If I could have gotten a Morning Sun off with Arcanine, it also would have meant I could have Will-O-Wisp the Landorus. That's pretty tough, though. Probably should have won that match there, I think. I mean, I guess if I would have predicted one turn where they just kept attacking Arcanine, I guess I could have won from that too, but I would have rather had Cresselia out just stalling with the Moonlight, rather than having Landorus out, because I would have to play mind games with Wide Guard. So, yeah, we're going to pick up 1 win and 1 loss this episode, coming down to the hacks in the second match, but still a good match nonetheless. And we're just going to go and see what our rating is, just to see where we're at. Alright, and we're at 1583. I don't think the match that I won loaded up quite yet on there, though. So I should be at about 1600 when it loads up. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming around and seeing the second episode of Road to the Top. As always, have a nice day.